it restored my faith in filmmaking, working with those two guys, and Robert and our little tiny crew. You know, we had 12 days and very limited money, and everyone just kind of showed up each day because of how much they loved what they were doing, and that was refreshing.
Hi, Clayne.
Hi, Jenna. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good.
Just wanna congratulate you on this coming back. This very, I like it a lot, the movie. I was talking to Robert about it, and I really enjoy. So I would like to know what attracted you to this project as an actor and as a producer.
As a producer, I just, you know, I jokingly kind of said at 40, I was kind of curious what I was doing and what I was chasing. Why was I chasing it? And I just said, look, I want to make a film the way that I want to make it. And I want to shoot it in a way that it might be a little unconventional, but I felt that Robert was the right guy because Robert had made movies that all went to Sundance or Toronto or South by, that he made with his children or like family friends, you know, and he never used actors. So I felt Robert's skill set was quite high. So we've been trying to work together for 10 years, you know, since '09, Robert and I have been trying to make a film together. So in 2018, I just said, look, if I finance the film and I eliminate the producer aspect, which is as it relates to kind of holding the money over our heads when it comes to kind of cutting the film or even shooting the film, you know, I wanted Robert to be able to do, that was the most important thing, Jenna. I came on as a producer because I didn't want Robert to change his formula. He'd been making a film in a certain way, and I wanted to change one aspect. I wanted to bring actors into the fold, but change nothing else. I wanted him to shoot in Utah. I wanted him to have his children, have his father, who have been everything that he shoots. And I wanted to make sure that we evolved without losing who he was, and kind of see if we could grow together, if we could be a team. So when he brought me this script, I fell in love with the character and with the material, and I knew it was something that we could shoot for nothing. And I felt with Robert's sense of pace as it relates to storytelling and the way that he cuts, that Robert's able to take something that seems, if on paper, it seems very simple, but when you watch Robert's take on it, you're on the edge of your seat. And I think that's a quite unique that he holds. So I was more drawn to Robert, but when I read the material, I was quite clear on who David was, and that was exciting.
Yeah, I like David, like the character. He's very a family man, he wants the family so badly, like he wants to try to work things out with his wife. And I think you I don't know the conversations if you have with Robert, how did you build this character? Like how was did you get inspiration from anyone? Was something, this is a little different from other characters that you already played, right?
Yeah, he's very, look, I will say, I'm drawn to guys that are kind of perceived as bad guys or broken. I think there's something very interesting in people because I don't feel like characters are black and white. I feel that characters we all as human beings are multi-layered. And with David, there's a line in the film where David says, I wish I could have had the children. He tells Seppi that. And I thought that was so telling about who he was as a father, that he physically was prepared to carry these human beings in his body if it meant his wife could go do what she wanted to do. But more importantly, I think he was just so enamored with being a father, a parent, that informed me on what kind of human being he would be if he lost that. I think sometimes when you're building a character as an actor, you create these false backstories or tendencies that help you. Okay, Sean Penn did it famously in Hurly Burly. I don't know if you remember that play, and they turned it into a film. And Sean Penn is on cocaine at the entire movie, and he's 100 miles a second. He's wide open. And he said that his motivation for that character was that character was claustrophobic, and if he didn't speak, he was being put into a box that continued to get smaller. So for me, my inspiration was so easy because Robert had already structured in the material that I'm losing the thing that means the very most to me. So it was quite easy for me to understand that David was on the edge of a cliff and losing his grip on everything that he held dear. So there was very little confusion as it related to the character and the work that needed to go into David to make him honest.
I think the script was very effective. That's why you were able to create like the David the way that you did, in my opinion. And also, I wanna add to the Utah, like the city of like all the mountains, the background that you guys had. I think that brings a lot and explain a lot about your character too. So that being said, I want to ask you, how was like filming in Utah and that experience there? In a small city, something like that, right?
Utah is beautiful and vast and open. And what's interesting about Utah as a state, it has all of our geographic landscapes all in one state. You can be in the deserts, you can be in the mountains. It's a special state. And Robert, we chose Kanash, Utah specifically because Robert wrote the script in that town. And the town is only 1 mile, right? So it gave us the feeling that there was no escaping. If you're dealing with something in an environment like that town of a population 300, 350, everyone knows what you're dealing with. And it may not all be based in reality or truth, but everyone has a perception and everyone has an opinion. And that was all of that was crucial to establish so that when David is going through, for instance, the tough situation with his daughter, when she says, mom's cheating on you, it was crucial that a teacher walked by that maybe David was in her class at one point, right? But regardless, they know each other very well, which let us know as an audience that everyone in the town knows what David is going through. And we felt that was very important. And Utah is where Robert is from. And it goes back to me wanting to create an environment that did not disturb, again, his process. So it was already going to be quite challenging working with actors. Now, let's not pull him and make him shoot in LA or Canada. Let's let him shoot in his own backyard. But again, he wrote the script in the town that we shot in because it began to give him inspiration.
I think it was great. And also like work with Sepideh. I think she was great too. The kids, Chris, how was like the dynamic there?
Look, Chris and I worked together on a project before this one, and I realized very quickly that he is a team player. He is devoted to the work and he's devoted to the process. And we were very fortunate to find Seppi, who came in, and that young lady showed up to work with her work gloves and mud boots, and she was ready to get in it and get dirty. And it restored my faith in filmmaking working with those two guys. And Robert and our little tiny crew. You know, we had 12 days and very limited money, and everyone just kind of showed up each day because of how much they loved what they were doing, and that was refreshing.
Amazing. So, Clayne, I want to thank you so much for your time. And again, congratulate again for this new coming back. I love it, and a lot of success. And I cannot wait for your next project. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.